Hey everyone, Brittany Lynch here, and in this video I want to show you how you can use the PinSearch tool to come up with design ideas for t-shirts. Alright, so before I dive into showing you the PinSearch tool on Pinterest, the first thing I want to highlight is just going over to teespring.com/discover, and this is a page that highlights a lot of the top selling campaigns on Teespring. Now of course you don't need to be selling your t-shirts on Teespring. You can be selling it on Viral Style or other sites as well. But I'm going to use this as an example of showing you some t-shirts that have sold really well and then kind of reverse engineer it to help you come up with ideas. And I've got many people who are using this tool who are very, very big in the t-shirt selling community, sell hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they kind of swear by this method of finding designs that are going to convert really, really well. Okay? So I'm going to scroll down here and it says browse some of our campaigns, and you can see just some of the campaigns that have done really well. Okay, so first thing I want to kind of highlight is many of these top selling campaigns actually have a fair amount of text on them. It's not just a graphic design, it actually has text on it, all right? So you can see this one, nursing is not a career, it's a post-apocalyptic survival skill. All right, well that's interesting, and the first thing that comes to mind to me is where did they get the inspiration for that design? Was it a quote? Was it something that maybe they found online or even on Pinterest? Let's see what else. Okay, we didn't fight because we hated what was in front of us. We fought because we loved what was behind us, U.S. veterans, all right? So there's a few different niches here. We've seen the nursing niche, the U.S. veteran niche, if you want to call it a niche. Really, it's targeting a specific audience. And again, that is really important when you're choosing t-shirt designs to create. Try to focus in on one niche. So for example, if you want to focus on nurses, maybe because you're a nurse yourself or you know someone who is a nurse, you can interview them to kind of understand what triggers them emotionally, then that's a good kind of approach. Also, a good reason to kind of stick with one niche is so that you can reuse your traffic. If you're building a fan page, you can test designs on your fan page. You can often re-message or send email broadcasts to buyers of your pre-existing nurse campaigns, all right? So we've seen the nurse niche, the U.S. veteran niche. Let's kind of keep going down here. All right, Eagle Scouts. My craft allows me to do anything in the world. I am the last of a dying breed of people who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, all right? So again, lots of text. Let's see this one. It cannot be inherited, and it can even be purchased. Can't even be purchased. I've earned it with my blood, sweat, and tears. I own it forever, the title Teamster, all right? Again, for a very specific niche. Never underestimate a woman with a prayer and a plan, okay? So a bit of a religious underlying tone in that shirt. Another nurse t-shirt with a lot of text, engineering. So I want to kind of just show you an example. Let's actually just choose the U.S. veteran niche, all right? So you can come to a tool like this, teespring.com/discover, and see sort of designs that are trending, designs that are doing well, to give you an idea of maybe a niche for you to go into, but you never want to knock any of these designs off. Use it as an inspiration point. So let's just say U.S. veterans, all right? And let's go on over to Pinterest. Okay, so we're at Pinterest, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and enter in veteran quotes or army quotes, and I'm going to press search. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the PinSearch tool, and I'm going to auto-load 5 pages. So that means it's going to load 5 pages and then start sorting the pins. So I'm going to select sort by repins. And now it's loading all 5 pages and bringing the most repinned quotes to the very top of the page. All right, so we'll see the results in just a second. All right, so that's done now because you can tell it says reload, which means it's done loading and sorting. So now we have the most repinned post to the very top. All right, so let's look here. Waiting is so hard, but I'll spend as much time alone as I have to if that means getting to spend the rest of my life time with you. Okay, so that's an interesting quote, and that could be really an interesting angle with wives of veterans or wives of people in the Army. And so I'm just going to kind of browse through these to get a sense of what I'm looking for and see what it is that is on this page. All right, well, look at this. This is really interesting. So, this is obviously a pretty popular quote. A soldier doesn't fight because he hates what is in front of him. He fights because he loves what he left behind. So, where does that sound familiar from? This one has 517 repins, and let's actually take a look here and look at this t-shirt. It's not the exact same quote, but it's very, very, very similar, and that it has 346 sold. So, let's go back. So this has 517 repins. That quote was transitioned into a t-shirt design, and again, it's nothing too fancy. It's mostly just text designed nicely and with a small image. So this person took a quote that they found online and transitioned it into a t-shirt design. So I think that's really, really neat that we actually found that specific quote here on Pinterest. Now, this one isn't even the most repinned quote, all right? This only has 517 repins. So if we actually scroll to the top and we start looking at the pins who have the most number of repins, to me that indicates that we'll probably be able to come up with some designs here, or at least some inspiration for designs that are going to get really, really great sales, all right? So you can just go through this. We'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way, 3,000 repins, and even some design and inspiration there with the American flag. Let's see what else we've got. Behind every strong soldier, there is even stronger women who stand behind him, support him, love him with all her heart. Now, obviously, Pinterest is a female-dominated site, but you want to kind of look at the top posts and just start to look for trends. And to me, I'm seeing at the trend that there are a lot of quotes kind of speaking about the woman and the woman's experience of her husband or her boyfriend or significant other off fighting in a war. So this one, which is the most repinned, is actually from the woman's perspective, okay? And this one is as well. So that would indicate to me that maybe I want to create a t-shirt design targeted to the women or the significant other of U.S. veterans, all right? So this is just one example, but you can go through and do this in just about any niche. Again, the nurse niche was a really popular niche when you look at, nurse quote. When you look at the most popular t-shirts sold, and again, these aren't the most popular. Obviously, there are campaigns that have sold thousands and thousands, but a lot of people will be really happy with a few hundred t-shirts for a particular campaign. So nursing, engineering came up. So let's just see here, nurse quotes. I'm going to reload this tool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select 5 pages again and sort by repins. All right, so we have our nurses quotes, the most repinned ones brought to the top. I really like this one, to do what nobody else will do, a way that nobody else can do, in spite of all you go through, that is to be a nurse. So that's been repinned 8,301 times. That's a very, very, very popular post. And I bet you anything that the inspiration for this design here, nursing is not a career, it's a post-apocalyptic survival skill, probably came from a quote or some sort of text-based post on Pinterest. And that is not even ranking in the top few posts here. So I think if you took this design and converted it into a t-shirt, it would do very well. All right, so you get the idea. I'm really using the PinSearch tool to bring quotes that have been repinned a large amount of times to the top, and use that as design inspiration to translate into a t-shirt design. All right, so once you get your quote, you do want to convert it into a design. You can use an in-house designer, Odesk or Fiverr, something along those lines, to make it more visually appealing. And you can see here that a lot of the shirts do have a lot of text on them, but they have kind of a nice clean design associated with them as well. This one's more text-based. This one's kind of almost like a family crest. So hopefully you found this helpful, and you can see how powerful using the tool is to come up with designs. Just to kind of recap, you do want to identify a niche you want to start in. It could be career-based. Occupations tend to do very, very well, but it doesn't have to be. It could be hobby-based as well. And really try to focus on that initially, because you're able to repurpose your traffic and repurpose your efforts. And once you've identified niche that you want to go into, you can head on over to Pinterest and enter in phrases like nurse quotes or even nurse t-shirts you can do, and you can bring the most pinned shirts to the top and start to look for trends of phrases or even colors and t-shirt designs. So there's a lot you can really gather and use to make educated guesses when it comes to creating a profitable t-shirt design. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks very much.